Froggy, and I'm back again with some more C14 dating. So now that we're sadly finished with Kyler, and it's such a heartbreak because I miss him so much, but it's okay, we're moving on. We're going on with Shoji now. So to get to Shoji, you're going to want to do a lot of gaming, because that is what he's interested in. And study and email. Why is this not a thing? Oh well. Do it. Okay, so like I did before, I'm going to be skipping all of the stuff that we've seen, so we haven't seen. We'll look down this time. My foot tapped quietly on the steel platform, and I happened to glance down through the holes. Curious, I peered over the rails of the suspended platform. Whoa! How deep does this cave go? We're at least 2 stories high from the looks of it. Now I wish I had a rock to toss down to test. Unless it'd cause a noisy chain reaction of unwanted proportions and alert whatever is lurking underneath. I wonder if it's possible to visit below. Is there another entrance? A shuffle brought me back to attention, and people were gathering buckets, tools, and knee pads. I followed and carried everything in my own bucket, including a sheet of paper encased in a plastic bag. And we've seen this, so I'm going to go ahead and skip. Okay, so it's our first time meeting Shoji, and I figured we've already seen this, but I'm going to show you again anyways. So we're going to want to do new to all this. First time here as well? Yes. I don't know much about archaeology, so this is all new to me. It's a lot to take in. My head is spinning from all the info dumped on me in the past few days. Hopefully all my worries will pass on whether I can do this or not, and I can enjoy the experience. Are you nervous too? A bit. For someone being thoughtful on how to answer, it was barely a complete sentence. I need another angle. What else could I say? So what are you taking in school? Love your hoodie. I'm gonna talk about the hoodie. It was going to be a general statement, but then I got a clearer look at what he was wearing. Wait, no way! Some of the design was still hidden by his arms, but I'd recognize that logo anywhere. Oh my gosh, I love your Chronicles of Celida hoodie. It's based on 20 marks, right? You've played them before? It was practically my childhood. I loved the series, and it was my favorite one. Really? Mine too. I always appreciated the darker direction the series took with it. Yeah, I loved the mysterious, spooky vibe they had going. My favorite part was learning about the world through the side quests. I'm guessing you completed the Lover's Quest? What did you think of that one? Loved it! It was really sad, and I felt guilty that I couldn't reunite them every time. I think I shed more tears over that than the actual ending. The NPC's schedules were super detailed, and I'd end up following each character. I agree, the main tower felt livelier for it, and I liked how your choices could influence the character too. I'm Shoji. He eagerly extended an arm, and I flinched from the unanticipated gesture. Seeing my startled reaction, he hastily withdrew his hand and averted his eyes. Sorry. No worries. I just didn't expect it. Here. I initiated the handshake this time and realized how gritty and wet our hands were. He seemed to be aware of it too, and we exchanged an apologetic look, followed by a laugh. My bad. Should have wiped my hands first. Not the best of handshakes there. It's fine. The burst of zeal he displayed when he gushed over the games had quickly mellowed out. We released each other's hand, and he silently returned to his wet screening. I did the same. Sometimes I'd glance up and sense that he had more to say, but did not articulate them. I already forced enough conversation out of him for now. When he was done, Shoji tipped over the screen, dumping out all of the rubble, which disappeared with the water below. After Shoji picked up his empty bucket, he lingered by the catwalk for a moment before returning to me. I'll see you around, He trailed off, and then it hit me that I hadn't even said my name yet. Oh, it's Melissa. Right. I'm pleased to meet you, Melissa. Likewise. See you later, Shoji. He gave me a grateful nod before disappearing into the cave. I might as well finish up too. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip up. Okay, so we partied with DeAndre and we got really drunk, and now we're at the point where we have to choose between our own tent or this random other tent. And we're gonna go into the random other tent. It's definitely this one. Alright, just making sure. Sleepy. DeAndre with one arm still around me unzipped the tent. I felt a sturdy hand on my back as I clumsily crawled forward. My knee caught on the edge, causing me to flop over. I burst into a giggle over my own antics. DeAndre held the flap to make sure that I was okay. Geez, you're out of it. Here, let me move that bag aside. I collapsed over the sleeping bag, my eyes already closed. A hand touched my forehead and brushed my bangs back. A little warm, but you should be fine for tomorrow. I felt the fabric being tugged beneath me until it covered me. I hope you don't kick it off. It's going to be chilly tonight. I heard the tent zip up as I struggled under the sleeping bag, my flushed face feeling better against the cool pillow. Bonne nuit. Melissa? I felt someone gently shaking my shoulder, followed by another whisper. Melissa, please wake up. Huh? Groggily, I rubbed my eyes, wondering why it was still pitch black out. A blurry silhouette came into view. Oh, it's me, Shoji. My head throbbed, but my eyes flew open as I hazily recalled the previous events. Shoji knelt by the entrance, his knees touching the fabric of the tent. Wait. Get angry for him. Ask what's going on. What's going on? I let out a yawn. Something wrong? Did you need me for something? He let out a huge sigh of relief, one hand pressed against his chest. Oh good. I was scared you'd get upset if I disturbed you. Anyway, why'd you wake me up? I'm really sorry. Believe me, I didn't want to, especially since it's late, but this is my tent. Huh? But I looked around and recognized none of the possessions, the suitcase definitely not mine, nor the folded pajamas on top. Oh gosh, you're right, but how? I see what happened now. Shoji, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I wasn't exactly sober, and it's fine. I'm not mad or anything. Don't worry about it. When I discovered you sleeping earlier, I didn't know what to do. I sort of stayed in the museum, wondering if I could sleep there. But it's freezing. When he mentioned that, I noticed how chilly it was, too. I shivered as I crawled out of the sleeping bag. I wondered if you wouldn't mind if I slept in your tent, but, even if you understood the circumstances, I didn't think you'd appreciate it. I'm sure you're not appreciating this. I admit when I saw you, I spent about 10 minutes panicking whether I got the wrong tent. Again, I'm sorry for waking you up. I guess I should have woken you up earlier, but I wasn't sure how you'd react. Shoji moved out of the way as I scooted outside. After I grabbed the zipper and opened the flap to my own tent, I glanced curiously at Shoji. You usually go to bed earlier. What were you doing up late? Playing while recharging my 3DP. Oh, of course. We exchanged a good night, and I crawled inside my sleeping bag. My head still throbbed, and my eyelids felt sore. I was so careless. I guess the new environment was still overwhelming. I made a mental note to apologize to Shoji properly in the morning. Curling up, I fell asleep once again, this time in the correct bed. I stepped out of the washroom, toothbrush dangling from my mouth, while I headed for the museum room. It was super early, in fact. I was already dressed and ready to go, while most of the other students still slept, or were hungover. Despite my tipsy night, my head felt clear. I grabbed my phone, which had been plugged into the outlet to recharge. I shoved it into my pocket, then paused. It's cold here. And Shoji stayed for hours, wondering if he should sleep here instead? Poor guy. When I neared my tent, Shoji emerged from his. As he sat down and put on his shoes, I pulled the toothbrush out of my mouth and waved. Morning. Good morning. You look exhausted. Again, sorry about everything last night. His fingers fumbled with the shoelaces, and he kept his gaze down like he was trying to solve a puzzle. No, I should be sorry for waking. Shoji, don't apologize. You really shouldn't feel sorry when I'm the one who caused trouble for you. It was my fault. You did nothing wrong. I assure you that it won't happen again, but on the on chance that it does, feel free to just kick me awake. Or, delete my Ishtara save file. That'll teach me. Shoji appeared stunned, but he laughed weakly at my joke. I'm sure I won't have to resort to that. Great. I'll see you around. He nodded, and we went our separate ways. At least the apology dispersed some of the awkwardness from last night, and it was all water under the bridge anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.